years old. And it's like, cell phones have a hard life. They get dropped, they get used.
Yeah.
They're used 24 hours.
Yeah.
They're used under like shitty conditions.
You
They're
know
hot.
what I compare the smartphone to? Did you ever read any of the DC's New Gods, or Apocalypse, Dark Side, any of those?
Oh, yeah. Wait,
you,
the girl group? The girl power group?
No. The Dark Side.
Yeah, there was
the main villain from the DC comics.
Yeah.
And then some of the protagonists of that was Miracle Man and Orion. But they both had this thing that was called the Mother Box. It was a very kind of like weird, kind of nebulous MacGuffin device, but it could do all sorts of things. But I think that the smartphone is the closest thing to the Mother Box, because it would like be able to tell you things. It would be able to change stuff for you. It would be able to do all this sort of.
Do you know who the new warriors are? Snowflake and Safe Space.
Oh God, I saw that.
The fat girl girl has a backpack.
Yeah, she's called Trailblazer, and it's like a bag of holding or something.
Oh, God.
It's like, do you remember that? Do you remember when the
So why not make her American Indian if she's Trailblazer?
Yeah, that's weird.
I think they made her Korean or something.
She seemed like kind of dark to me.
Some shots she looked African, and then other shots she was clearly Korean.
Weird.
Yeah.
I think she's Filipino or something.
I don't know.
All I know is that it reminded me of. Do you remember when the Harlem Globetrotters had a cartoon?
Yeah.
And they all had superpowers.
Oh,
and there was one. The dudes had this huge afro, and he could like pull anything out of it. Like whatever he needed, he'd pull out of his fro.
We had the best cartoons as a kid. Because we still had the politically incorrect cartoons.
Yeah, nobody was paying attention to that stuff.
Even in the 80s and 90s, they still had that stuff.
Yeah, even in the 90s, surprisingly.
The peddler would look like a wolf, but he would be.
Even look at the prequel Star Wars stuff. There's all sorts of stereotypical aliens.
Was that 99? I sat there, I watched that, I thought, whoa, this Rastafarian guy and this Jewish peddler.
Yeah, or the Chinese villain.
Yeah. Well,
or Japanese or what? Oriental.
Nobody cares about Orientals. They're not. But the Rasta guy, the Jew guy, and the China guy, the Chinaman was kind of a like George Lucas. But that was back in 99. People did care.
Yeah, no, it was still.
People did care. But
it was still back when nobody would like. People back in the day might get offended, but they would just get offended. Now people have like these kind of like anaphylactic shock.
They try to ruin your life.
Well, they go into like some kind of weird like super allergic reaction, like where they're frothing at the mouth and just practically
it's like outrage
dying.
Pornography.
I just don't understand the level of
the
how
difference
it's
is
reacting.
because now there's social media. When was social media start? About 2005. MySpace. So you can start disseminating information. Back then in 1999, there were chat rooms, but not really.
Just where freak people would go and total nerds would go on.
Yeah.
This.
You couldn't there weren't smartphones, or at least not enough people had them. You couldn't spread information. Like now, you can spread an idea about a movie overnight. Or in hours.
Sometimes, less though.
Yeah. Like you can cancel movies and cancel people overnight. It's like all high school kids on Twitter who they have no life experience. They have no idea how serious it is to screw with somebody's money because somebody dropped an N-bomb or somebody said calls a gay person the F word or something. It's like you want to destroy their life for that.
Well, yeah, because they've been coddled their entire lives. They've been protected by their parents. So anything they hear that's outside the realm of protection that the parents have provided for them,
helicopter parents,
it freaks them out. And also, since they are so coddled and protected, they don't know the serious and the ramifications of destroying people's lives just for some off-the-cuff remark.
Yeah. But, these people have mortgages. They have kids who want to go to college. Yeah. They have, spouses.
But see, the thing about us is at least for me, I got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
I don't have any children, at least that I know about.
Yeah, so that's the only thing is
I don't
have kids.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty much broke all the time, so I don't. It's not like, oh, so you canceled me. I don't even know what that. I don't even go online, so it wouldn't even. I'm like, okay, I still don't have any money.
Yeah. They'd have a hard time canceling you. You have to have something that they can use as a lever. But I'm talking about like Hollywood people. Yeah. Like some actor says something stupid. It's like, Mel Gibson. He says he's drunk, and
yeah.
says she's like, well, he's drunk. Oh, well.
Man, he's an asshole.
He's an asshole. Big deal. Move
Doesn't
on.
mean that he's like a fucking evil person. He's done actually helped a lot of people too, including Robert Downey Jr.
Has he?
Yeah, when Robert Downey Jr. was like all strung out, he helped him. He helped him get. I think he helped him get back into movies because he'd been blackballed.
Oh, then he got an Iron Man.
Yeah.
And then the third, like, the last Avengers movie made $65 million.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's why that movie cost $400 million, because
Quarter of it was for
Yeah.
him.
that's insane. That's an insane amount of money. That, like, I think the one thing coming out of Hollywood is that people are going to get paid less, because I think movies are going to be smaller.
Yeah, they're gonna have to work in smaller groups now, I think.
So I hope they get paid less, and I hope movies are smaller. I hope.
Well, it'll teach them to be more creative because they're gonna have less resources to be able to burn through.
And let me segue in this is like Kevin Smith had $10 million to do Jay & Silent Bob reboot, and he had $22 million for the first one, and the first one made $33 million. But this first one, I watched it for $10 million. I thought, this looks like crap for a $10 million movie.
Yeah, it was. The special effects were really, really bad in it.
But if he had $10 million, or if he even had half that, like 10, 15 years ago, back before his heart attack, before he smoked himself retarded,
Yeah.
God, he would have made such a great movie.
Yeah, and now he doesn't have that angst that he had when he was making Clerks because he's been living the big life and doesn't have to worry about anything. He's got a family, he's got a kid, he's grown up. There's nothing there that kind of drives him to
It's like rock stars once they get big.
Yeah.
Living in a mansion.
You can't write about anything anymore.
Yeah, not living on the street. I think his movies now are just to get his kid into Hollywood, maybe.
I'm thinking that too, actually. Yeah, now that you say that, I mean, it's a vehicle for him to help his kid. I mean,
but I don't know if you're helping her. It shows that she can act a little bit, and it's practice. But the movies are, God, they're so bad.
yeah.
Yoga Hosers was better than this.
I didn't see it. I'm just.
It was a lot better.
I mean,
night and day. It was still a bad movie, but
okay. I was gonna say, is it worth watching?
oh yeah, it's worth watching.
Just to make fun of, or
no, it's worth watching. There's stuff in it.
So was Johnny Depp's kid good in it?
Yeah.
Is she a good actor?
Yeah. Johnny Depp was in it. She's in it. The kids were in. The kids were better in that movie than they were in this. I think they're like 15 or 16 in that movie. But she was like in this movie. She just, I don't know. She doesn't look like they talk about Hollywood people having star power. I usually think of that as they have perfect features. They're perfectly symmetrical.
Right.
The eyes are the right distance apart. The nose is perfect. Everything is perfect, or at least
She got the worst qualities of both the parents, like facially.
Yeah, she looks a little goofy.
She's kind of got that whole Chelsea Clinton thing going, where it's like, oh, you got the worst qualities of each of your parents. Good for you.
Like she just looks.
Good luck.
Like she's not someone who would be in Hollywood if it wasn't for her dad.
Well, she'd be behind the scenes.
Yeah.
She'd be like a makeup artist or a producer
stunt woman or something. Because I think she's tall and relatively skinny. So.
Oh, another thing, if we're gonna focus on looks, is I cannot stand, and this is a big pet peeve of mine with Kevin Smith, is his whole aesthetic is so freaking 90s.
You mean in the movies or out of the movies?
In all movies that he does. Like, what he thinks, like, it's the music that he picks is just some hits from the 90s, but the thing that really just irks the hell out of me is what he dresses. What he thinks sexy on a girl is, he will put them in outfits that were, like, maybe hot in the 90s. Like, the little belly shirts, the hair and the pigtails.
Yeah.
It's just, come on, dude. Like,
the pigtails was weird.
it's creepy. Or he puts them in a little Catholic schoolgirl outfit. It's like weird 90s kind of no doubt kind of aesthetic, and it really bothers me a lot. It's like, get somebody who knows what fashion is today or what's popular today and have them do that. You just work on the story. You work on the dialogue. Don't worry about how everybody looks.
I don't even know if I want him working on dialogue anymore. I don't know what happened to him.
The heart attack took something out of him.
I don't know if he's smoking more weed or what. I don't know. I don't know. This movie missed. Like the timing cues just missed. Everything missed. Everything
Probably
felt
the,
awkward.
probably the heart medication.
I don't know. But it definitely did not work. I felt bad for them. I felt like they're 50-year-old guys who should try a different role.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of cute seeing Jay dropped into a new situation of being a dad, but it's kind of sad at the same time. It's kind of like the whole moral of the story scene, like I was talking about how I can't stand how Kevin Smith always has to have this kind of like preachy moral of the story scene in every movie.
Yeah.
The one thing that really kind of hit, like he basically said, was like, when you become a parent, the story is no longer about you anymore. And to me, on having those characters, Jay and Silent Bob taking a backseat to these new characters, I mean, it's very similar and reminiscent to me of the new Disney Star Wars movies.
Oh, that's interesting.
Where you have these characters that you don't relate to pushing the old guard out of the way, like way too early before they've grown on you.
Yeah, the thing is with Kevin Smith is I think a lot of his fans are in their 40s and 50s.
Yeah, they're our age.
So you should sell to that audience.
Exactly. Just like with the Star Wars Disney movies. Your fans are in the 30s and 40s.
It's like you're artificially propping these characters up and nobody cares about them.
Yeah, they gotta grow on you. All these characters have to grow on you.
And like I think he thinks he's maybe going to get a younger audience, but you're not. There's no way.
No, because that your time when you became popular.
Clerks.
Yeah, that was when you were the age that you're trying to attract. Now, not going to work because you don't have the same pop culture references or any of the kind of things that inform what you think is funny or cool are not going to be the same as what the kids now are going to be into. So just don't worry about that. Let your daughter deal with that if she wants to do that. You just work on appeasing your fan base that you already have, that you know are already in your pocket.
Yeah, that's you see that with Hollywood, with Star Wars, with Marvel. They're trying to get this new audience that doesn't exist, and they're throwing away the old audience with money.
Yeah, they're chasing unicorns.
Yeah.
It's like your demographic is Bigfoot.
Yeah.
You're never gonna find it.
Like if you're gonna make a movie made for kids, make a movie made for kids, like the sparkly vampires.
And go and do your market research to see what are those kids into today. I certainly don't know, and I'm not gonna try to pretend to. So I would actually probably quiz a whole bunch of people, whatever the age was. Ask them certain questions about what they're into, what they think is cool, who are the actors or comedians they think are cool or funny.
Yeah, the movie misfired because it was a 50-year-old guy who thinks he's hip with the kids, or he thinks
he's a cool dad.
Yeah.
And he's not, because the whole thing is if you're a dad, you just automatically become a doofus.
Yeah, he was talking about issues that I would just rather he just skipped. Like the first Jay and Silent Bob wasn't about anything. The most serious issue was talking about Jay's been to rehab.
Yeah, I mean, that movie, from my recollection, just seemed like a whole bunch of funny little skits that they kind of just stitched together and kind of, formed a story out of. Yeah,
and the story was coherent. I mean, they had a lot of energy. It made sense. It had funny people in it. It was shot well. Everything worked. This movie, everything was just, the timing was just off.
Yeah.
It was like guys with the video camera. It was like just idiots like us who were trying to make a movie for $10.
Which is weird because you'd think he would have the resources and people that he knew that could have done that, unless he was just...
If he only got $10 million for
he probably had his buddies working on the film, doing crew and stuff. I mean...
Probably someone, like he wrote it, someone looked at, like whoever the investors were looked at, they read the script, they said, dude, this is not, you do not want to put money into this. This is, like they knew, like people read movies, they can read this stuff and go, you're not going to make $33 million off of this.
There's nothing here that's really going to grab.
Yeah, like you look at all the actors, everyone who's in it, 20 pounds overweight, and it's 20 years later.
It's depressing.
It was a little depressing.
To see these, like, you want to remember these actors, back 20, 30 years ago. And
I don't mind
seeing them and you're like, oh.
Jay and Silent Bob get older is fine because the characters don't matter.
Yeah.
But like seeing the chicks, like, I get older.
Yeah.
Like they were hot chicks in 20 years ago, and like now they look like grandmas.
Yeah, the Joy Lauren Adams just looked like a freaking Apple doll. It was...
She looked bad. His wife Shoibak looked horrible.
Well, yeah, I mean, she always was the kind of horsey looking girl, but now she's just not happening, especially with the pigtails, the '90s style pigtails.
The only funny thing was she pushed the guy in the bathroom and had sex with him. Like, I'm 47, I want to get laid. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, I mean, the movie had its moments. I'll give it that. But not enough to say that the movie was great.
Oh, God, no. Even fans of his are not going to enjoy that one. I guess she's taking it around to theaters and showing it in theaters to make his money.
Well, how long has it been out? Or how long has it been?
A couple years, I think.
Couple years?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh no, maybe only a year. Maybe only a year.
I mean,
but you're never gonna make your money back on that one.
Like, I just don't understand, what is his business model with the movie that he like gets crowdfunded, and
I don't know how he funded this. I can't imagine.
I think it's crowdfunded, but
So he got $10 million to crowdfund a movie?
I guess so. I mean, people like him. They probably hoped that they would get something better than this.
Because I read that he goes around to theaters and makes $60,000 per theater. Or makes like a lot of money per theater, but still, I don't think you're not going to make... I didn't realize nobody paid for the movie, just crowdfunded it, so it's like, okay.
I think that there's like his whole company is like a crowdfunding thing. They've done a couple movies so far.
Oh, all right.
But I don't think any of them have been like smash box office hits.
No, this movie sucked. Ben Affleck was a cool guy. He's a cool guy character. In all his movies, he's a cool guy, good-looking dude. In this movie, they literally made him a cuck.
And he just looked really bad, too.
Yeah, he gained 20 pounds.
He's just kind of bloated and...
Yeah, fat Batman.
Yeah.
He did not look good. I mean, look like good for a 50-year-old guy, but like you're in Hollywood, man. You should not be fat in Hollywood. Yeah. You have your meals prepared for you. You should be...
Yeah, you should have a whole team behind you. You can afford it.
Like, he should not be eating... Anyone in Hollywood, anyone in a movie should not be eating a carb. Like, nobody should be over 10% body fat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pathetic.
If he was somebody's dad, he would look like he would be a dad. Son, the moms would try to bang, but you're in Hollywood. You're making millions of dollars in movies. You're in Batman. There's no excuse for you to be 20 pounds overweight.
Well, tell that to Russell Crowe.
Hey, did he get fat?
Oh my God!
I wasn't following him.
Oh my God! You need to check out what Russell Crowe looks like.
Really?
Russell Crowe looks like he ate Russell Crowe.
Like Val Kilmer?
Yeah. Oh, Val Kilmer. Speaking of which, that's sad. Well, actually, Val Kilmer lost a whole bunch of weight.
Did he?
Because he had cancer.
Oh. That's the wrong reason.
Yeah, and he can't speak anymore, which is why he was perfectly cast for
Silent Bob. He lost his voice?
He just sounds like he's got like a wet piece of gauze in his mouth now. Oh, God. Yeah, because he had, I think it was tongue cancer or throat cancer or something.
Jesus.
And then they totally nuked him with the chemo.
Great. He was amazing in MacGyver.
MacGruber, yeah. When he was as huge as a house. When he looked like Val Kilmer. That
was a great movie. They should have made a sequel immediately.
I know. I heard they were thinking about it. They're like in the talks.
You got to do this stuff immediately.
Yeah, because now the stars are pretty well established, so it's like trying to line up everybody's schedule.
Yeah, they should have made Jay and Silent Bob a sequel immediately.
Right.
And they should have made it a sequel and not a reboot.
Right.
Okay, but with the Ben Affleck thing being a cuck, okay, like there's two...
Oh, he was like a sperm donor or something?
Yeah. No, you can't have the cool guy. And he goes like, oh, I went to a sperm bank and I jerked off in a cup. No. If you want to make him in a harem with two girls, that's cool.
Right.
Like alternative lifestyles. That's it. Like the whole movie, the theme of the movie was SJW, alternative degenerate lifestyles. Okay, that's fine as long as you make fun of it a little bit.
Right.
But you can't have Ben Affleck simply be a wallet. Yeah, you just punk him out. It's like, no, you got to have him a harem. Those are his. He's a polygamist or polyamorous.
And you have him for 10 minutes to do a scene. Think of something better,
Yeah, I think they went too far.
Man's time is important.
So the two girls were like, I guess they're a gay couple.
Yeah, well that's the whole thing, because you saw Chasing Amy, right?
Yeah.
Like that was Amy.
Oh, okay.
So now it turns out nobody got Amy.
Oh,
she
right.
became a lesbian.
I forgot about that. So now the thing is, you've got 2 gay characters. Him and his 2 co-partner wives.
Yeah.
I don't know, but apparently he's not having sex with them because he's using a sperm bank.
Yeah,
so
but he's got a podcast.
Pathetic. Pathetic. Yeah, it's like this dude, podcasts were 10, 15 years ago. A podcast is what you do, I don't know, to get started, maybe, to like pop your cherry.
I guess so.
Like the real thing is get on YouTube, and pop your cherry on YouTube.
Yeah, might as well get it over with.
Start making shitty videos, and like that's what I fear about live streams. Is like I know the panic of like you think making a video is kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Imagine being live.
Yeah, that's gonna be creepy.
It's gonna be. I don't know if there's a delay button or what.
It's like do over, Control Alt Delete. Let's get out of here.
Please, God,
Control Z.
Somebody needs. Don't drop an N-bomb. Don't drop an N-bomb. Don't drop it. Not that we ever would.
We need a 10-second delay.
Like, I mean, we would never say stuff like that because we don't say stuff like that. I mean, in all seriousness, we don't. But it's like, you just never know what people are going to say. It's like they let
especially when you're nervous. You might
you're nervous.
Just totally.
You're going to make a joke about somebody getting raped as a child, and then it turns out they actually were raped as a child.
That's
something
like
horrific.
I would do that.
Like, oh my God, you mean Ethan actually was sexually abused for 10 years? Locked in somebody's basement?
I was joking.
How do you recover from that? The next day you go back to your live stream, you're like, oh, so nothing happened last night. That live stream just disappeared. No, dude, your channel, you're done. You're done.
You'll have to you lay low and then rename yourself.
Yeah.
Like that comic book writer Christopher Priest.
Oh yeah.
He used to be Jim Owlsley, and he burned so many bridges in the comic book industry. He was, I think, one of Jim Shooter's henchmen.
What did he do?
He just pissed off a whole bunch of people, and then he ended up like going away for a long time, and then he showed back up, but he was calling himself Christopher Priest. So he started getting work, and then he did the Black Panther run in the 90s that like kind of brought back Black Panther back into popularity.
Oh, you don't know that.
Look it up, Jim Owlsley, Christopher Priest.
I wonder what he did to piss people off so much.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Anyone who works in comics is a bunch of just degenerate, alcoholic weirdos.
Oh, yeah.
You know who Erik Esquivel is?
I've heard the name. What titles did
he wrote Border Town, which is just SJW nonsense about basically illegal immigration.
Okay.
Apparently
how's that an exciting...
well, people in comics get started to review it because it's just an F. Whitey type of comic. It's just retarded.
is it an action-based thing, or is
it's just SJW?
It's just talking heads?
It's just, I think it's supposed to be about a demon that comes to life, a Mexican demon or something. It's just as retarded a comic as you could possibly read.
Nice.
You can find it online. It's available.
I'll take your word for it.
But he is, I don't know, he said he's polyamorous or something, which means he just likes to have sex, likes to sleep around. It's like, he's probably 30 or late 20s.
Okay.
He just doesn't want to be accountable. It's like, okay, that's fine. Because if you go by the rules of SJWs...
As long as you call it something different, you're free and clear.
Yeah, you're not just a man whore.
You just have to know your double speak.
Yeah, you're poly. Okay.
Oh, you're a philanderer.
Yeah, you're just full of STDs,
Right.
which is okay. But
just as long as you have used the correct terminology,
he was starting. He was hitting on younger girls, or he had like a three-way relationship with younger girls. And it's like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Like
I don't think it was that young though. But to like SGWs consider 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20s as children. It's like she was just a girl. She was 20. I don't know. She's not a grandma, but like 20-year-olds around the world have probably their 5th kid by then.
It's true.
It's like I don't quite understand.
They're trying to lump them in with what's his face. What's that guy's name? The
Kevin Spacey? I don't know.
No. We were just talking about
See, I don't remember what we were talking about 30 seconds
ago. The European director that ran away.
Roman Polanski.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to make him into some Roman Polanski.
A 13-year-old is not a 20-year-old.
She was no virgin. She was no stranger to the ways of the law.
Okay, the first movie was fun and silly. It didn't talk about anything serious. The second movie, like, was talking about. Don't say that. Don't say the word. The Kathleen Kennedy Club. Don't say the word or the initials because the algorithm will pick it up. And
then there goes the show.
Somewhat, somewhat. There's words like you can swear, but you don't want to swear too often. I don't know exactly how sure the algorithm works, but like, you just don't want to say hot words too often.
Okay.
But so like they talked about that Kathleen's club, and like I don't want to hear about that, and the guy in the car with the hater tots and the whole like supremacy.
Well, I mean,
thing.
that was a dumb scene, but I do like Fred Armisen.
Yeah, I like that he got arrested for smoking weed. That was funny.
He ran up to the window. He ran away. They were like, he's running around in the lawn behind them. That was funny.
Yeah, it felt like he was trying to be topical, like South Park or something. Because weed is legal in some states. I think that was the point he's trying to make. Because weed is legal in some states, and it's probably a misdemeanor in others. And in Nevada, it used to be a felony, but now it's legal, and it's still a misdemeanor. And in California, it's legal, but it's a felony if you give it to someone who's under 18. And it used to be a misdemeanor, now it's a felony.
It's too complicated.
Yeah, it's getting complicated. It's like
just don't be walking around with that out in public. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, so it's like I get that he's trying to make a point about that, but like there's a lot of that movie was didn't make sense.
Well, the whole hater tots thing was, I didn't get it.
I didn't, yeah. And I'm trying to think like even.
I mean, maybe because I'm just not up on all this stuff.
Yeah, but neither is Kevin Smith.
So he shouldn't be talking about it then.
Yeah, the thing is,
like I'm not gonna open my mouth about something if I don't know what the hell I'm talking about because I'll get eviscerated.
Oh, I do all the time. Like, people in the comments will get so pissed at me.
Like, did you know? Blah, 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 blah.
I'm like, dude, I don't let ignorance stop me. In all seriousness, I just plunge in blindly
and just see what happens.
I just see what happens. I take firm stands.
I just light a stick of dynamite and I throw it and see where the pieces fall. And
people in the comments they go, "Oh, you didn't know the whole story behind these two people." I'm like, well, all right, I knew some of it, but I knew you'd correct me in the comments.
That's why I said it. Like, right. I want to learn.
I want to learn. Experience.
That's why I'm putting it out there.
I know not many people are going to see it. It's like as the audience gets bigger, I would be more careful about research and things like that. But like if 200 people or 1,000 people see a video, it's like you're not hurting anyone. If I didn't remember who.
Well, honestly, you're not hurting anybody. If there's more than 1,000 people, it's just people just get all butthurt over the stupidest things these days.
Oh, you didn't know Superman didn't fight Galactus and whatever? They probably wouldn't make that mistake. World, man. Was it Earth 616? How could you get that wrong? Sorry, I didn't know what 616 referred to. It's like I read comic books, but I didn't read every single comic book.
I mean, you read comic books, but you didn't buy the official index to the Marvel Universe and with all the character backgrounds.
I did download those last night.
Did you?
A couple of those encyclopedias. Yeah. About Marvel.
I loved them because I was a fucking loser, but that's beside the point.
Like there are people who take comic books seriously, or there's like a pecking order of, oh, you don't know this. And they try to I don't know. It's like they try to virtue signal about comic books, about pulling out this esoteric knowledge and stuff. And it's like, okay, great. You read the X-Men from whatever the 60s.
Good for you. That means you weren't getting laid then.
They weren't even written in the 60s, you troglodyte. I didn't like the X-Men anyway. I was Team Avengers.
You're always an Avengers guy.
I was West Coast Avengers and the Avengers.
West Coast Avengers.
I was stupid, but I like those characters. And I like Marvel.
You're a big Wonder Man fan?
I like Marvel more
than
Tigra. Than DC. Yeah, God. I like the Beast, the blue guy, the Beast.
He was X-Men.
Oh, okay.
He started out in the X-Men, then he was in the Champions, then he was in the Avengers, and then he was in the Defenders. I think he's been on almost every team. I don't know if he's been on the Fantastic Four, but
wasn't Iron Man the West Coast Avengers?
He was the founder.
Okay,
it was him. It was Hawkeye, Mockingbird, Iron Man, Wonder Man, Tigra. I think those were the original ones, and then Scarlet Witch and Vision showed up later, and Hank Pym.
Jesus, we already got a half hour. We haven't talked about the effing movie. Okay, 5 minutes. The movie. Okay, they made jokes about how old they were, and it didn't make sense. I don't know. Don't see the movie. You have too many gay characters in the movie. That's lame. I don't know. Yoga Hosers was worth watching. Another thing I want to say.